progress your team fight because you provide another DPS. So even if you take out the Yunara or the Victor, you've still got that extra threat. But it's going to be a different AP carry, it looks like, in the top side. Didn't work out too well yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah. Try and play. You have to try and get past Inspired on the Wukong, Whippo just pressing ore on you, and actually the Zamas might get caught here.
Yeah, Busio going to be joining in as well as the animals come out of the jungle. That is going to be a fantastic snare onto Desamas, and down he goes. First blood over to the Western Goat jungle, and she can start cutting him down. It does depend on the tempo of the game, as another double pulverize comes through here from Busio, looking to try and get that stun onto Trimby. That's going to land, but Moteus doing a whole lot of work here to get damage back onto the level 5 Alistair. The flash forward from Trimby, I don't know about that one, as Moteus gets the ulti just for the shield. Cataclysm, and they are both so close to dead, just stuck in the pen, but it's not. They can't get the extra bit of damage.
Oh, the headbutt from Busio was so clutch in keeping them safe. Even then, I thought that maybe someone could step up and get an auto attack, but now Inspired.
Oh no.
Eyes on Kaza.
He's going to give them the Teemo thumbs up as Moteus is in so much trouble, and yeah, he is just going to be dead. Feels so comfortable in that series was that the macro game was just a step ahead, right? And so when VKS were in these scrappy moments, they were able to find some angles. It was after that things were a problem. If they're a problem now, it's really bad because it's Orianna versus Victor. Notorious for being one of the least interesting matchups of all time, as this one isn't Trimby. As Feats of Warfare going on over to Sticky in this lane. It's a decent fully charged Q to come through from Boal. If he does get the combo, he can be scary, but the problem is the answering buttons are doing work here from Whippo. And as you can see, sort of healing all the way. Oh, we do have the ulti connecting, but puts him into the death realm. And Desamas, they both disappeared. Oh no, the Q is going to miss. Let's see whether Boal does have the fancy feet as he gets the shield. Cataclysm, slam dunk onto Whippo, and VKS are on the board. Down, Inspired on that blast cone, ready to get in here. It looks like Flight actually planning to fight for this. Turret does go down, and now a teleport could immediately come in. There it is. Knock up onto Busio, but he has the ultimate running. Gets a triple knock up with that pulverize, and Inspired gets himself out of there, but the shutdown is going to come on through. Moteus in trouble as Whippo takes him out as well, and it's the Mordekaiser that's an absolute monster in the fight. Death Grip connects, triple kill for Mord and for Whippo. Is now going to be getting the attention she deserves, and it will be picked up here by VKS in trade for the second Drake, which will be going over pretty comfortably here to FlyQuest.
Yeah, I did assume that. But yeah, I thought you just have FlyQuest fight. You've got Masu in a great spot, and they will take the fight.
Yeah, they will. Exhaust now down onto Trimby as into the backline goes to Samus. They get the ulti, they layer it on top of Masu and take him down. Whipper now fighting Mirror. There's the shockwave coming out. Death Grip not quite going to connect here as this looks a little bit better for VKS, but Trimby's going to go down. It's a double for Inspired as Quad turns up, and the Arcane Storm is now down onto Desamas. The Death Ray is named pretty well here in this
as well.
There are double teleports. They could decide to go for it if they want to, but they instead, and I feel a bit silly talking about it, Dagger. I'm not going to lie, because I said
your point was valid.
Yeah, but it's just, as you see here.
And that's not just me being a yes man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes man or no, it means a lot. As Circle comes on down, Masu is going to be put into the Cataclysm, but unfortunately, Desamas is a little bit alone, and Masu just gets a couple of autos to take him out. Flash wasn't up, but it wasn't required either, as that's a decent little knock-up from Boal, but still FlyQuest are, as a unit, looking for the angles, and it's just a Scion by himself. That is not going to be able to find it. And the flash in from Whippo to take down Moteus. He does ult. They do manage to get the kill on the Mordekaiser, but unfortunately it's still not looking fantastic. As Zombie Scion not going to be able to get too much more done as Inspired sneaks on in and takes down the Kaiser. Decent little knock up there from Trimby, but the Cyclone is going to answer, and the Cyclone is not looking good here for VKS, as it's an ace picked up by Quad.
It's the bounce house for the party that is FlyQuest in this game. Managing to pick up so many kills and the Atacon, tower and top side, and it's the perfect timing. Reset.
Because it's a little bit of a shame here. Right now, though, FlyQuest are just running away with this one.
Opportunities for it are few and far between.
Well, Busio is just wandering underneath the turret, gets a nice double pulverize here as they take out the turret in a blink of an eye. Hook is going to connect onto the cow, but he's tanking so much of the damage out of VKS. The FlyQuest are able to land some pot shots of their own. Staying pretty healthy, RVKS, but look at that Arcane Storm. It's doing so much work. Inspired goes in, hasn't even pressed the R button yet as they're being so patient in this fight. This is very measured play out of FlyQuest.
Flyers just playing with their food right now. They know that they already have that combo we were talking about down, but the engage.
Yeah, Whippo just standing stalwart in front of the enemy as Pulverize only onto one, but they're just holding them at bay right now. Inspired goes in, immediately goes out yet again. They're waiting for the overextension as Trimby is going to go down. Disarmus finally flags and drags his way in, but already they've lost their support. Miru's nowhere near. And Morteus, I mean, yes, he's still alive, but he's not going to be able to do anything on his own as Quad picks up the kill onto his opposite number, and Morteus goes down as well. A beautifully executed... Does bring the cow down towards the bottom side of the map. I don't think that Boal is going to be too worried about that one, but he might be worried when the cow turns a little bit more purple. That is going to be happening now, 18 based on how they played it. And Whippo now is going to be finding Disarmus, who's just trying to hold him in position. Death Realm going to come on through here, but the rest of VKS are in the area. Let's see what FlyQuest can actually do to try and save their top laner. This is going to be a difficult one. Cyclone comes in from Inspired, and Disarmus is likely going to be the first to go down. Bwimbo is actually still alive, but the GA is going to get popped, and Quad takes matters into his own hands, flashing on forward. Morteus getting a fair bit of work done, but it's a double kill for the victor. The wallets are too heavy, Dacta, and FlyQuest are going to claim whoever they would like.
Miro has the TP back as he was getting chased down by Masu. Nothing is working for VKS, and Fly just continue to take over in their topside jungle.
Yeah, they're impossible now. Hextech Soul is a ridiculous thing to deal with. Oh dear. So the MasterCard Priceless moment comes on in here as the Dragon Soul is going to be claimed here by FlyQuest and could be the death nail for VKS. And inner turret going to fall bottom side of the map as well. And I mean, it just feels almost flag and drag to get Thomas back towards this fountain, fill up that health bar once again. They might have one more fight in them. You can see Boal ready to leave the station, and he will do it now. Shockwave going to connect onto only one as Boostio gets into the backline, finds the triple knockup. This guy's Alistair has been absolutely unreal as a double to start the fight for Inspired. Quad's legendary absolutely in this game. And Inspired is between two Nexus turrets, picking up a triple kill. Whilst Zombie Form is going to go down, and FlyQuest are going to dispatch VKS in pretty comfortable fashion here in our first game of the day. Back in form, looking at 1-1 now in Swiss.
FlyQuest back to business as usual as they'll take down the Nexus and finally find that 1-1.
Sure, Eddie has the space to do the damage as they do lock away the Galio. A lot of team fighting here on both of these compositions. I feel like the DPS certainly going to be there alongside, you know, Hero and Eddie being able to get that work done here. So the Caitlyn doing what it says on the tin, also has a Cull that's stacking up. He's going to have that advantage as well as Histo moves in and looks for Kuz. Interrupts the flag and drag quite nicely as there's the heroic entrance. Cataclysm comes down and Kuz in so much trouble. First Blood goes over.
Team Secret Rebels are like, all right, we want nothing to do with this if the Rumble's going to be involved, especially as he's ticked over to 6 and has that ultimate available. So it'll be all 3 grubs going to Caitlyn and Nico.
Oh my goodness, that is that's a worrying sign. Not going to be interested in taking that one down. Just more plates being taken. Pop Blossom connects onto the Rumble as well. Tangle Barbs to follow up as now Peter just looking to escort him towards the Death Chamber. Doc Dom, can you actually connect it? Ace in the Hole comes in. I don't think that's going to be enough damage, and Peter is just dead. Just takes way too much, and now Doc Dom.
But I'm not so certain if this is where he want to be as dire. Taki trying to come down to support his mid laner.
Yep. The good old Yordle snap trap being quite frustrating when a teleport is employed. Eddie moving down a teleport to come in from the Rumble as well. We'll see whether Perfect decides to join, but no. He just teleported towards the top side of the map. Equalizer comes down, and there is the Tempered Fate to lock up Peter, and he is just dead. Justice Punch comes on through. Peter is just going to be taken out, and KT, they lose the Feats of Warfare over to Team Secret Wales. Still yet.
But unfortunately, with the timers that are coming up, like 50 seconds until Dragon. Oh, hang on.
Oh dear, not going to get taunted up, but has to deal with Taki. Throws down the barrier, and as it turns out, Dr. Arm is just fine. Peter going to move in. Tempered Fate going to connect. And the Pop Blossom to answer the flash forward from Peter. True Shot Barrage going to connect onto Dr. Arm, but they've destroyed Taki already. Here in this bottom side river, with the Dragon already at half health. Having a look at the picture-in-picture as Taki searching for some of these cosmic bindings. BDD moves in, and now it could be the time for Kaz. It is going to be the dragon taken, though, and it's Histo that decides to take the fight. Heroic entrance come down. Doctom is just eviscerated. And Team Secret Wales earlier on in this game could be working out. But right now, Team Secret Wales holding on to this Rift Herald as Peter moving on in. Kaz moving over as well as, oh my goodness, BDD, so much damage onto Hero. He is out of there. Do not expect a Rumble to do anything. True Shot Barrage, though, doing a whole lot of work because this time he's got the ulti and this time he's going to survive. The Ram comes on down now as well, but Perfect not going to be able to send it back. Still, they won't need to as Dyer gets destroyed. Kaz picks up the eye. Man. Mid lane outer turret being ripped open as well will provide so much map control here for this team. And now Kaz going to be able to continue running. Eddie, can you actually do it here? 115 on the health bar, but now Kaz is in a very awkward spot. Let's see whether they can get him walking down the red carpet here as Taki takes a magical journey and gets the stun from the Cosmic Binding. Kaz is dead. Hero grabs the kill. Very nicely done as Team Secret Wales at least gets something back. Still, it's not quite enough, as we have the first turret going down towards that top side, and KT still with a whole bunch of money in this game. Perfect as well. Really starting to win this matchup into Hero as Peter just saying, Perfect, just wait for me, man. I'm losing out on my 1v1. How's yours going? His is going pretty well as Hero is going to get shoved underneath this outer turret, and they're going to claim yet another one with the help of BDD.
Yeah, Taki's was Hero's hero there in that one, because the fact that you got that slow was the only reason that Peter couldn't get in range to actually finish off the or get the tangle barbs a little bit easier. So still, again, like, it's kind of a silver lining.
I'm getting more money. Oh, it is a worrying sign as Kaz takes a bite out of Hero, puts down the kennel as well as Ace in the hole from downtown collects him. And Team Secret Wales filled up, and KT will be the ones to claim it in the end. Ships in the night here as we do see the Galio going back home.
You will end up getting killed, but now they might be the ones on the receiving end.
Oh dear, the Flash Ram is going to come on through here, but the answering heroic entrance is good. Bellows Breath is going to eat the CC. However, great knockup from Histo, and they will be able to take down Peter. Not much of an opportunity for him as BDD finally gets in, but Cataclysm finds him immediately. Perfect having to get the heck out of there. The taunt does absolutely nothing as Doctom. He's freeing until he's not. Justice Punch comes on down. Arcane shift forward, and Doctom gets over the wall, finds the net, and there's the headshot. Eddie overextends. BDD is somehow still alive, but maybe not for long, as Histo is going to be able to get him. There it is. Q connects. Doctom, last one standing here. Vision down as this outer turret, man, it is very, very close to dead. And will be taken here. Peter with the sidestep. Doctom not going to get connected. Comes in. He's going to be so frightening. Even the Peacemaker's doing some work here as Histo will be able to attest to. Kaz running real fast, just trying to hit anyone with his club. Looking a little bit angsty here, as we can see. Oh, denies the Flag and Dragon, realizes that he just has to use the Cataclysm and try to get something done.
Perfect making their way up.
And as soon as Dyer comes down as well, that Subjugate will give him so much tankiness against this tanky Galio. Still, the Ram going to come on forward. Denial there, not quite going to come through, as the Otacon just collected 17,000, something like that, to really feel comfortable in a KT game. As Tanglebubs comes on through, the Baron is going to spawn, but it's the Dragon that's on their minds. KT just moving forward like a freight train right now. Doctom is just not going to be touched, as somehow it's Peter that locks down the Dragon and finds the Rumble as well. Ace in the hole comes on through as Hero, going to be the next one to die. Oh god, Eddie's in the scrap. He does Arcane Shift away, but it's just still going to be him lying on the floor. Especially with BDD pushing another wave forward. He'll take down an inner turret. This gold lead is going to balloon an absurd amount already to the tune of 6,000. You add the Rebel Baron power play on top of that, we're probably sitting at about a 10k gold lead. And I'm glad I said that thing about 17,000 gold being required, because otherwise extended in that mid-game play. But that was him feeling himself. And you want to see him actually have some confidence here on the world stage. That's exactly what we're seeing. Shockwave going to collect Eddie, and he's taken down by Doctom after he tries to Arcane Shift away. That is going to spell the end of this inner turret. 5 have been ripped to shreds here by KT, and they are not stopping anytime soon. This is exactly what Doctom wants to do on this Caitlyn. Keep sieging, and they'll take down their first inhibitor of the game here at 27 minutes.
It's still 30 seconds until Eddie's up. This is going to be the entire base, it feels like, decimated. How much further do KT want to push?
I think maybe to the Nexus. And I don't think they need to go any further than that, as Cataclysm going to come on through. There's the equalizer to layer on top, and the Cosmic Binding is fantastic. Peter going to be going down here, but as you can see, KT, they just want to win the game. The Ram going to come on by, but it doesn't go back. Heroic Entrance comes on through, but the Bellows Breath eats the CC, and Dire not going to be able to take down the On. We've got another Nexus turret being taken here as Hero lying on the floor, and my God, Docdom is just destroying them now on this. Caitlyn, Perfect is flashing in, and the Nexus is going to be next on the menu unless the Caitlyn is just going to die. Meanwhile, Kuz and BDD, they're going to be able to finish the job. BDD goes golden because he's got that button to press. And KT, inside the Yanara, they could get some things done here in this early stage of the game. As, of course, double range going to make that Caitlyn feel a little bit less oppressive.
Yeah, definitely, this composition from MKOI feels like an MKOI summer.
I kind of like it. Oh dear. Okay, Moen going to move in. There is that counter-strike that we were talking about, and already Scumon's dead, first blood, and we said the early game was, I wasn't expecting this. Swords.
It does mean that, again, if you end up matching into any of these ganks from Scumon in the early stages, you will have a very big advantage when it comes towards just raw DPS. Scumon, though, tends to be more of a, hey, I'm going to try and farm it up and get to a position where post-level 6 I can make things happen as Mirwin.
The flash forward, Hansama's here, though. Moen picks up turret aggro. Oh no, the Slurkle is his demise.
As MKOI, a lot of them is hovering around mid.
Yeah, Elioya able to get himself over there. The flash pulverize comes in. Phenomenal shove comes down as well as Caps gives himself away by distorting. Still gonna have to try and do some funny business to escape Elioya, but he finds an Nimbus Strike and down goes Caps. A second kill for MKOI. Moving back towards his outer turret on the top side. Threaded volley comes in. We'll see where the Caps can land the chains. Does connect them here as Scumon's making his way in as Elioya biding his time. Finds the Cyclone here onto the LeBlanc. Another shove from Jojo. This guy finding his targets whenever he wants to. And
there's very little that G2 could really do to respond here. Plus, you've still got Supa, who's getting to work his way through this topside turret. And G2 just looking at a bit of a loss. And again, like a huge amount of the talking points all coming off of that final series was the fact that Scumon and Lebrov had found their synergy.
Yeah.
It's not looking so great. Although Lebrov!
The flash in, going flash for flash with the Talia. Making that one work out. As we know, about 1 minute into the game was in fact when that happened. Magical Journey delivers. Lebrov finds a Tempered Fate here onto the cow. Weaver's Wall comes in though. It is going to block two of them off, and now it's Alvaro going down to start this one off. Hansama in a little bit of trouble. Flashes out of the way of the seismic shove and eliminates Elioya as well. That is such a huge shutdown.
Get that knock up on towards Elioya.
Oh man.
And stops it all.
Real rough there as well. It was so close for Jojo to try and get that kill onto Hansama, but he survives. And there is a solo kill for Broken Blade in the top lane.
Baby,
I thought it was just gonna like keep up the vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm well and truly into that one. I have to just use the connected one. It's okay, now Jojo could be in a little bit of trouble. Tempered Fate comes down, and Hansama waiting to try and get the damage in, but Alvaro, he's waiting as well. Another shove is going to connect, but Hans is so scary, has the barrier, uses it so well to take down Jojo. Now Alvaro, he does have Elioya coming in. Finally, the Nimbus Strike is going to come on down. Not enough from the Cosmic Binding there, and down will go. Okay.
Very low in this
He is very low in this bottom side. Maybe it's just top lane things, but Broken Blade, remember, he's immune to turret shots, ladies and gentlemen. That's a thing. Lebrov isn't immune to monkeys, but he's able to create magical journeys to get himself out of the way. We're going to have picture-in-picture here as the top laners do battle, but thankfully Moen does clear out the entirety of the minion wave, as now Jojo in trouble once again, and Caps is going to pop back in, gets himself the redemption heal as well, and it's another trip home in Jojo's future. Meanwhile, I mean, they just don't stop fighting. Let's have a look at this one in the river as well, as Alvaro able to keep Hansama busy for a while, but even through the Unbreakable Will, he's going to break him. Scumon takes down the cow.
And I'll look at the other one for the majority of
Thanks, David.
Yeah. But G2, happy to take kind of everything. So you needed a third eye. Keep your eye on the top lane, on this Rift Herald, and now that bottom lane as well.
My third eye is blind, unfortunately.
Oh.
Isn't that a band?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Kind of life.
Yeah, yes. There it is.
You end up throwing out that Unraveled Earth. You're going to have to play defensive then as Caps, or you end up in a bit of a difficult spot. So I think that's where it'll be a case of how can G2 set up the Caps. They're going to have to make a play on towards Hansama, but Lebrov is just sitting as his own little ward to make sure you can't.
Mimic Distortion comes down as Caps is going to be able to chain up this Talia. Seismic shove goes wide, and Jojo is just going to get exploded. Lebrov comes in with a meep slap, and that one's real dangerous as Alvaro escapes out of the Tempered Fate, and unfortunately now he's in the hands of Ansama, who will find that Arc of Ruin, and Caps steals a little dangerous, as Moen is going to chunk out this turret. Man, whacking it with this Jax, so down goes the outer turret, a little bit back. Don't do that. That's all right. Rift Herald is going to come on down here as Broken Blade in position. Just make sure that they do get this turret. And this is definitely dead, but what more can they get out of Shelly here? As Broken Blade's going to be the one that tries to drive this one around. It lasts about 12 and a half. The team is going to be okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, either way, I'm not like, one of my teams wins.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, but still, Matt's doing a lot of work here.
The split push from Moen is working here at the same time, so the Jack's doing what it says on the tin, but losing this Otacon for free is not really for the best. You know, I'm putting that in the cons column pretty comfortably, and there it does go. No answer here as the teleport towards the top side of the map. They're looking to try and push this Jax away. Doesn't have a whole lot of the blue stuff here as well, as Broken Blade looking real aggressive. There's a leap strike flash out there from Moen, but the flash to follow from Broken Blade, and he's not able to get over that wall. Blast Cone for the disengagement. Caps is going to find him. The double distortion is enough, but Elyoya is going to be there. Caps needs a big amount of funny business, but unfortunately, you can't outplay that.
Worried about the flank.
Yeah, Slurkle not going to do too much here. Is Jojo going to get chained up? Caps just immediately out of there, and man, he is being frustrating here to MKOI as the wall comes on through. Lebrov not able to get on over, doesn't have the magical journey either, is now Broken Blade in amongst 4 people, but he kind of likes it from what I can see here, as it's pretty difficult to get very much damage to stick, and Lebrov getting himself into position. Hansama now free hitting. Hasn't pressed that R button just yet, holding on to that one for when this fight really starts, and it hasn't quite erupted just yet.
MKOI looks scared. They don't want to take the fight, and it means you're just getting the poke from G2.
Yeah, Moen in so much trouble, gets the 3rd Q, and Broken Blade is able to help put him in the ground. So Moen not going to be here for this fight. That should be soul point going over to G2. MKOI are going to back away. I mean, it's what they have to do, but man, giving this up is just a disaster.
MKOI just didn't want to take the fight, and they gave Caps so much time to get the poke they wanted. As Elyoya now.
They get the Cyclone out as well, as Broken Blade just goes in, all out, comes on forward. Alvaro now with the unbreakable will, but it's looking a bit more breakable than you'd otherwise expect based on the name, as Hansama might be able to get this inner turret as well. As Lebrov is going to have to ult himself, but that buys time for Hansama to dash on over. Was it all a bait? The answer is maybe.
We'll check
I'll take the inner turret as well.
Look, it works out in the end, all right?
Yeah.
So it was
I'm all about outcome-focused assessment. Ox taught me about it, and the outcome was inner turret, 1-for-1 kill score. The AD carry goes down, you sacrifice your bard. I think it sounds good to me. Be able to make it towards 3 items to really feel dangerous, and Moen doing the best that he can, right? Like split pushing as the Jax, it's what you want to do, but it is really hard to find the angles, as Lebrov could be a target here. Super sidesteps, Cosmic Binding nicely. Broken Blade able to stand beside them though, as Flash has to be employed to get out of the way of the Tempered Fate. Jojo comes in with the ulti there as well, but doesn't find too much more, as Alvaro in a very awkward position, and Broken Blade, he's got eyes only for Super here as he pushes him towards the blast plant, and Moen, Moen, are we okay? Okay, well, the Baron is going to do most of the work, killing Moen there as he was looking for a flank angle, but unfortunately MKOI, they had different ideas, and now the Baron is going to get started. Caps walks straight into a large line of rocks though, and the ace in the hole comes on in. Jojo finds the threaded volley, and down goes Caps. MKOI not out of this one yet, as Super is now walking towards BB. He gets knocked up by the Cyclone. Another shove there from Jojo's magical journey. Gets him to relative safety. Skumon goes in just to be the hero, and he fights it! Hansama takes down Jojo, and I don't know how it worked, but absolutely it worked here for G2. Skumon continuing his onslaught, and Hansama is just clicking on these heads. It's a triple for the Yunara, and G2 just once again, outcome-focused assessment.
I mean, it was the right call from Skumon. Everyone on G2 was helping out. He said, I'm going in. Manages to get the flash then out of the damage. And G2, just like that, they turned it around.
Yeah, and it was a mistake from Moen, but I saw the turnaround happening from MKOI. In the end, it is going to spell this inhibitor going down in the mid lane. And G2, I mean, feeling like we're heading towards done and or dusted territory.
I like how you are looking at the hat while he has a gun in one hand and a I don't know what that other thing is.
Oh dear. Well, Moen is dead. Caps is going to chain him up, and Broken Blade going to help set him down there as Weaver's Wall comes on in. They want to try and block them off here, and Broken Blade might be the target, but the Tempered Fate is going to lock down the turret and 2 members of MKOI. So the wall does absolutely nothing. Lebrov is just making them look silly right now as the third Q connects, and the cow is just going to be stake here for G2's enjoyment. Hans Sama is unstoppable now as they will take down yet another inhibitor. And it's feeling pretty similar to a lot of the other matchups between these two squads in the LEC as G2 are looking to play with their food a little bit here. Cyclone doing a fair bit of work, but Elyoya is on his fountain with not much more hope other than to try and stay alive and watch his Nexus fall as G2 are on the board here at Worlds. See how this bottom lane is going to come on through, and it will be the Rakan taken away. So a fair bit of engage, and when the Talia is on your team, it does feel a whole lot better to make that one happen, but doesn't feel great picking it
covered just in case there's a second dive attempt. Even the ward going down, just trying to spot out what's happening in the bot lane.
That's a good answer there from Ayla. Finds the grand entrance to deny any follow-up CC, but another freeze comes in, this time onto Quid. Doesn't find the shove, has to flash as the flash forward from Cream straight up misses the Q, and oh my god, he almost dies, but will be able to take down the Talia for first blood. The answering kill comes in though from the 100 Thieves towards the top side of the map as River gets a good first gank.
Nice gank to get Dokla some much needed gold on that top side, but that was so close.
And look to take down this first Infernal of the game.
Yeah, I think they were a little worried because if Kanavi had stuck around for one more way.
As now FBI have to supercharge his way out of that situation as we have another gank attempt onto 369. This Scion getting a little bit of the Broken Blade treatment here today as Dokla is dashing around like a madman. Cease and desist comes in, and there's the last hit. Zombie Scion not going to be able to do anything of much at all, especially with the fact that Dokla is playing the Ambessa, so just dashes forever. And down here will go one more time. 100 Thieves clearing out the Scion in trade for these Void Grubs. And cross map is what you like.
100 Thieves, a little bit split, but can use this Weaver's Wall.
Well, they're not going to be able to do so just yet, as now they're turning. The Realm Warp comes on in and delivers multiple people towards his bottom side. River going to be the first one to go down. The rest of 100 Thieves will turn up. Public Execution is going to connect onto Hung, and they do manage to take down the Leona, but can they find more as Kanavi? He does go stealth for a little while longer.
You're actually going to come in behind Dokla and look for a potential play on bot lane, it looks like.
Yeah, possible angle to try and set up for Jackie Love to get that damage down, and the Solar Flare is going to connect, and Dokla, nothing he can do. Jackie Love just clicks on him over and over again. Cease and desist comes forward as FBI looks for Kanavi. They find the Vault Breaker, and Cream is just free hitting. Kanavi does go down, but there's the Arc of Judgment. And Jackie Love is going to be able to lock down another one for himself. Ayla is so close to dead as the flash forward from Cream, and it's a triple kill for the Rise Top Esports. They break this game apart.
The sneaky Leona opens up the game for Top Esports. They get the vision, they spot out where everyone is on 100 Thieves. And once again, they're ruthless. Top Esports just picking them off where they stand.
Man, looking fantastic here this world so far. As 100 Thieves, one Rise. He is, yeah, that's a frightening arcane mage right there. At least managed to dash his way to relative safety, but unfortunately for the turret, it doesn't have a dash. So it's just gonna die.
This is a terrifying pace. Esports have been the punching bag. They've been the guys that haven't been able to show up, but coming in as the third seed, but here we go.
Hung, bit of an angle here potentially as the Scream display of talent does stop FBI from following up, and River is just going to get destroyed as he tries to get into that backline. Solar Flare is going to stun up Quid. He can't offer the damage back, but Dokla gets in. There's the shutdown onto Jackie. Dokla could be in trouble. He's going to be taken down, but he's done so much damage. FBI is executed, and unfortunately, this one...
And it's a good idea from 100 Thieves. Look for the pick, try and get something, but the flick back not hitting means the Hung is able to get away.
I mean, it's all but done and dusted as the Rift Herald going to be secured here by top, and man, they have just taken kind of everything.
I thought they were in place, but Kanavi going to be spotted.
Yeah, there's a Vault Breaker. That's going to stun him up for now as the flick back does connect. Kanavi just going to blow up as the rocks do connect to his face. And another one to come.
100 Thieves feeling that they can get back out of the map and
try
and find a Quid.
Yeah, he just walks over the rock. Seismic Shove goes entirely wide. He needs another Rune Prison. We'll see whether he finds it there as he flashes forward. And Quid, a couple of Qs, and down he will go. And the Void Seeker did come on through here. They're looking to try and collapse onto this Rise. He has no flash available. They need the CC, and they don't get it!
What?
What? The Q flash didn't actually get be a foregone conclusion here as we're going to check this one out one more time. At first, Rune Prison comes in, and as soon as these buttons don't work, I mean, what is a Talia to do? Doesn't want to get caught on the minions.
Really solid footwork from Cream on using the phase rush to dodge all of these knockups and knockbacks. And here, I can't. Oh, he's millimeters short.
That is absurd. Just walks into that brush, gets himself out of there, man. Cream styling on them here just a little bit. Now, as you saw picture in picture, the other Khan did go on over. 100 Thieves looking for something, maybe a bit of an angle here. Cease and desist comes down. They want to kill Jackie. They get all the knockups, and down goes the Yunara. Now Hung just standing in that front line as Cream is walking in, and that's where you have to be scared. FBI only just turning up now, and they have taken 2 down already. 5 versus 3. I don't think that Cream's strong enough to fight that one out. It's 100 Thieves. Should be able to get themselves their first turret of the game as well and really put a dent in that gold lead.
Starting to get a little sloppy from top esports. Kanavi picked off. Now Jackie actually going to be injected into 100 Thieves. Dragon, though, it is Soul. What can 100 Thieves manage?
Yeah, Shelly going to get involved here as well. As 369 just being a brick wall to try and block them from coming in here as Hextech Soul just secured here by top esports. Now they're looking for the fight. The charm comes on forward as Dokla wants to get into the fight, but look at the damage when Jackie Love is actually able to hit them. Down he goes. And it's now just picking them off where they stand because you cannot escape when the enemy has the Hextech Soul. FBI going to be throwing up some emotes here because he knows this one is donezo, at least in this fight. Maybe they'll have another opportunity to do something, but I'm not entirely sure. That was the MasterCard priceless moment, and TES made quick work of it.
Yeah, Dokla's ultimate just shy of coming up, and top esports make quick work of 100 Thieves in that scrap. Now the base 23 minutes into the game, going to be cracked open across 2 of these lanes, if not 3, as Cream pushes in topside.
And I shouldn't have said favorite team, because Jackie Love has done pretty rude things to some of my favorite teams in the past. As down goes Ayla, just caught trying to get absolutely disgusting as Hex Flash going to get channeled there by Hung. That was an interesting one, just buys enough time to get them the Baron. Supreme display of talent comes in. I don't know what happened to River there, but he is well and truly dead. It's a double for Cream. The flash forward from Jackie Love. They avoid the seismic shove, and Quid going to get knocked up here by 369. Down he will go as well as the Arc of Ruin is going to smite him. There is the ace thanks to Jackie Love, and they will march down this top lane and look for the win.
25 minutes into the game, top esports looking at those Nexus turrets. This was incredibly one-sided. 15k gold lead as they go forward.
This is a very large amount of money in the lead here for top esports. As Ayla, I don't know whether he's going to be able to do much of anything at all to stop this onslaught. And it looks like top heading towards 2-0 here in the Swiss stage. What a bounce back for this team, looking absolutely brilliant, at least for now, here at Worlds. As Dokla, not quite enough, as he dashes about, but isn't able to get any of the kills. As the double kill comes through from 369, gets his revenge, and down goes the Nexus.
As difficult bot lane to play, but if you land that combo onto the Caitlyn, are they really going to lock in Alistar?
Alistar with the Draven.
Alistar, that's crazy to me.
Okay.
I mean, they clearly want a little bit more engage.
Yeah.
But down.
Yeah, that is true.
And you'll see that he's looking to get the double crabs. Kaiwing working with Ginger though to guarantee that that doesn't happen. And this is just a great interaction between 2 high-level junglers right now. As it's Ginger.
Oh! Hello, Doggo! He just solo killed Doro. Well, they're a strong AD carry. Doggo now level 6 as well, so the Whirling Death up and available. The threat on Daguma is he's only 5. Will
position, but right now they know they have the advantage. You'll notice on the mini-map, Driver has already rotated up towards the mid lane, so they can guarantee those numbers. He doesn't have his TP available, so he's just going to lose that farm on the bot side of the map, but they've got the 1 grub. Can they secure the second as Faker now makes his presence known?
Ginger keeps pulling up this ice element as well, so we'll have a stun if he does it again. Owner's on the way in. 600 now waiting. And it's a double grub situation. Okay, maybe for the third. Is Junja being greedy? No. They get all three in the end. It's Owner, excuse me. He came in to get the steal, but he'll die for it with Doggo getting a cash in. It's a nice petrifying gauge from Faker, but an exit now needed as Hongq cuts it off, forces a flash from the goat. He's caught out, decimating smash, and CFO come alive against T1.
CFO
So again, like we saw in the LCP finals, this guy on Kiana's not too bad. As Hongq's found out in rotation, he'll get phase rush, he'll get out of there, but Doran finds his prey, jumps in, but maybe too deep from him. Hongq flashes over. It's matched by Doran, but Junja looking for the trade kill. Will find his mark over the wall as well, and Doran just trying to run on out. A tunnel used, but Junja again can Terra shape, but there's another tunnel. There's always. They are indeed, aren't they? Doran's just going to do what tanks do best. Skywing takes a big trade. It's heavy. Yushi holding on to the ace in the hole for now, but there's a Vault Breaker mid. Hongq face checked and he'll be punished for it. Miasma on the ground, nowhere to run. And Owner is back in the game.
Away. CFO, they're saying they can still contest this. Doran has come down from top side.
He's also got Ice as well. Supreme display of talent will find one, but no steal on the Dragon. That's up for Gumayushi. And as they take it, they run away. His driver has decided to launch into Doran, but he's just an instant blocker. And T1 walk away with the win on objective.
The Rise ulti.
We are going in. Driver's going to stand there. Decimating smash. Baker's down. Junja also going to help out as Doggo ran into melee and started hitting the Void Queen. Double over to Junja. And what? He's really earning it this time around. The 3-0 Kiana knows that Faker's into a corner. Pop Blossom helping out. Carrier's flashed in. Maybe there's a turnabout play. Junja has to ulti in. Jumps to Faker, but he gets shut down. Carrier saved the day. It's a double TP, but there's more numbers here for T1 as Driver has walked into the ongoing trap. Hongq now walks into range of Owner, and CFO had control, but they're relinquishing it. A triple kill for the slippery snake of Faker. And T1 punished so damn well as Gumayushi gets flashed on. Doggo's still got this.
No flash Draven.
Boy.
And Owner will be setting his sights on that AD carry.
First time, I guess so.
I'll get a bit more HP.
Caught out, Pop Blossom finds him after the scuttle. He'll regret this, gets a stun up though, goes in Vis for the time being. Edge of his shell's perfect timing is that's simply a clone. He'll jump over the wall, Audacity out, buy some space as Doran is on the hunt, but with that health bar advantage, T1 start the Herald.
Yeah, I mean, no ulti now available for Junja, but they did trade it for Carrier's ult. CFO still want to fight this though. Doggo on the right-hand side, keep your eyes on him.
Driver wants something to drive into, decimating smash just out of range. Doran flashes, misses, whiffs. Meanwhile, Owner went in by himself. T1 is separated. Driver cuts off the cross, and Kywin picks up the kill. T1, they're sparked up a little bit with an ulti that came afar from Doggo as Doran jumps in deep. T1 are fighting one by one, and I see a double on a damn cow. Realm Warp in behind enemy lines, and T1 are finding themselves hanging with a leg to stand on. Petrifying Gaze misses all, and CFO are bringing it to the world champs.
The young guns from the LCP play with nameplates off as they go full aggression into T1. Disconnection being shown by T1 as their focus was just off. Doran doesn't connect onto Doggo. Owner engage. CFO continue to show up. This is, of course, only a best of one, but what an important best of one it is to get a win here.
Hang on. Noxious Blast, gonna hit Driver, flash for the Miasma, now that Owner's here as well, Driver in trouble. Great sidestep, decimating smash in front of the turret, avoided by Owner. He will survive. Meanwhile, Dragon does go down, but it's a good punish from T1.
I mean, absolutely, the ulti gonna whiff. Owner, though, very low. The Dragon secured, and now the threat on the bot lane tower.
They have the damage, Betty. Maybe enough to threaten Doran to get out of there. Redemption's going to come on down, but wait for Supreme Display of Talent, misses, and Doran solo kills! CFO's jungler got ambitious, and now the damage definitely ain't there as Exhaust also used. Herald's still there, Pop Blossom with the flash. Doggo caught out, instant cleanse away. He's running for his life. He'll catch the axe, he'll get movement speed, but he needs a bit more. A double. That makes it trouble for T1 to follow up on the play.
In the mid lane, but it's not ultimately enough. They keep the top tower protected from the side of CFO. On the bot side of the map, they have many rivals around the world.
True.
But to really go toe-to-toe with those, Junja ultis in.
Into the river, gets the stun. Owner is cashed in. More big bucks for Doggo.
I mean, I think
if Faker can delay a petrifying gaze from over the wall with the Cassiopeia without flash. You mentioned that TP, that's going to bring numbers in. 4 members of T1. On look now. Kywin gets over the wall, flash from Hongq, gets the double root, and there's Kywin for the follow-up engage. The cow unleashed, Pop Blossom does nothing. Driver misses, but Faker is there when he lands. Down goes the Snake, or just about. They finish a kill. It's Doggo who gets more money in the bag. Doran now isolated, has to go back in. But the supreme display of unholy talent, Junja on Kiana, is just exceptional.
CFO are punishing T1 time and time again. The way in which they navigate the fight is fantastic, and I just can't get over the level of confidence that we're seeing from CFO. They do not fear anything, flashing in their face, looking for the outplay. They secure
that last play, but Faker, as he takes a long way around, will eventually find him. I was going to wonder as the root comes through. There's the phase rush. Noxious Blast still connects with the Twin Fang in the follow-up. Ace in the hole. Redemption coming in. And here he is again! Here he is again!
Junja comes to the...
Doggo, now almost at his third item, is 3.8k over Guma. He has cashed in 5 times, has not died, so it keeps accumulating. Of course, every kill to cash in.
And it felt like Caitlyn was the AD carry of the tournament.
It did.
It felt like the teams had size. Their early game plan was incredible.
It was.
Splitting the map, which against the Caitlyn you wouldn't expect to do, but to provide that safety is... Junja.
He's in trouble. Ona flashes and it connects. Pop blossom up. Supreme display of nothing there.
Doggo's just going to start this one off. All right, they're putting the pressure onto T1 once again.
Maybe they're trying to bait it, Fetty. I don't know about their CFO are looking to pull off. 1100 back in. Hongq proves to be wrong. And now below 10k.
I really don't think they should gamble the Smite fight. I think that's the worst choice for them, considering the lead that they have. They've got the push in mid-wave. They're going to force Doran to go and answer that.
Whirling Death onto Guma, good damage.
And now they can go back. There's that. So you can see it in the back of the pit. Driver spots it out as well. He's going to clear out that control ward. Will proc the aggro of the Baron, and now they're going to draw T1's attention once more. Keep the pressure up. TP comes back in from Kaiwing.
Okay, Carrier's going to find an angle in the meantime. That's his clone. That gives vision. Redemption going to come down. Nice, healthy CFO below 10k once again. Faker himself has flash to get over the wall if they flip this. T1, I've seen situations like this before.
Doggo's
Makes me nervous. As you said, Doggo is isolated, but the stand beside onto Doran. He can't get in range. Has to tunnel out. Hongq flashes. Gets the rune prison. And as he gets poked out, he will not die. Crucial for T1 as Hongq has now committed the flash.
Clancy there. Hongq thought that he'd found the pick, but the mobility from the Rek'Sai means that he was able to get away. Has the TP available as well.
Junja over the wall, but no. Under Carrier has a spell shield. Holds on for the time being. Pop Blossom finds him. Guma gets the trap down, but it's out of range. TP burnt by T1.
A whiff there from Junja. The ulti doesn't throw Carrier into the wall, which means that the distance is enough to allow him to escape. It's a trade of ultis, but that was a big ulti.
Gets Tangle Bubs, ran up and Drive interrupted. Drive interrupted Ona. There's no Supreme display of talent as Faker sets up the ulti. It's a shutdown on the Hongq, but it is a trade. T1 lose 1 to gain 1 as Driver, even though he picked up that kill, he might have saved the play. Tangle Bubs, 2-man once again. Doran jumps in. Doggo goes far. Up midway, flushes away. There's the ulti from Doran, but he's got no one to support him again. Doggo running. Goodbye. As Doran only just managed to get out. Driver somehow dies before T1's top laner. As Kerry and Guma hold the fort around mid. Faker's low. Kaiwing will see him backing, but
it's a tense affair. This dragon looks completely uncontested. Junja though, Junja.
Hang on, Junja goes over the wall, wants to contest with Ona in a 2v1. There's a Supreme display, and he has the audacity to take it away. Soul for CFO. Stand beside us, find a target. The rest of CFO are in the river for the time being. Hongq has to be careful without his flash. Ona doesn't hit the target. He's on Doggo though, but look, he's separated. He has to leave. Now Doran sent into the sky by the one and only Driver. Faker stands and starts poisoning, sending out the fangs, but T1 have lost top lane, they've lost Soul, and now the Baron's on the cards.
Oh my goodness, CFO get away with so much. They steal away the dragon, they win out on the fight, they have the numbers advantage. Ona still lives though, and as long as he has his smite, there's always going to be a possibility. They don't have information as to where Ona is. They've spotted him out.
There he is, Mega Blast Cone gives him some space, but Junja has a stun. All he needs is to get into range. He will fail, but for now, CFO hold off on that Baron thought. They're looking for Ona. Junja's the one chasing him.
Look at Faker, though. It's so difficult to start this objective off. He's in the river.
But Kaiwing takes the flank a little bit early. He's going to lose Celestial Blessing. Tangle Barb's there as well. Guma stats up and tries to hit him hard. He's got the ulti available. Guma tries to walk in. CFO, a backing off is still so sketchy. The game's not over until Junja runs in the river and says, bet! He runs back, sets that up, but it's a double! Doggo Doggo is just nuts as well. The CFO have now got 2 in the dirt.
They're just going to start this Baron off. It's still a super risky thing to do. Doran is max HP. Faker is coming back from the river. Guma with his range. Keep your eyes on Kaiwing, looking for the flank.
Driver is low as well, but he's got a shield. Doran once again on in. Guma with the range to steal his potential, but no. Smite is better. A realm orb into Guma's face, but he's spaced him, he's ranged him, and Faker stares him in the face. However, the pop back is massive. CFO are doing it, and even with the ulti avoided by Doran, he's down 2, and in the LCP.
Incredible year this has been. And this team, it feels like that they can only go up with the Baron now secured. The Nexus is in their eyes as they look to try and break the base.
Look at Doggo, he just got Doran now, he's taking a 1v2. You know where this game's at. Ow! This dog, man! It's 6-0, Betty. What a game!
His bite is so much worse than his bark. As tower falls, a man is down on the side of T1. The defenses are falling apart. Faker now makes his way back onto the rift, but I think the damage has already been done. Is he enough to defend the Nexus? Another inhibitor falls. The Baron doing some serious work.
Just imagine if we started getting the best of 5 of this again. It's only one game, but it feels so good. John just going to be caught out, though, as he runs for his life. Gets away with the help of a heal. And CFO supporting staff are coming in. Carrier, though, a clutch defense. Petrifying gaze, though, won't be enough. As Driver's always where you need him as well. Against T1, CFO get a bit of revenge. And the first team going 2-0, Betty. At least in my eyes, CFO smacking down the LCK's 4th seed as Faker runs back to the base, but this game's done. I see one delicious looking oyster at Worlds 25.
I haven't really been super sold on the impact of Rek'Sai top yet. Obviously, we did see Doran get a solo kill in the previous game. You know how difficult it is to lock this champion down. Simply doing though, level 3. He's a full level up over Duro.
Duro hasn't been in a lane of experience in quite a while. Stun misses, but does not the seismic shove. Damage onto Chovy's close. Tarzan Audacity flashes match. The auto, no, it's first, but to Chovy with Shanks getting the return.
Favor of Hope. Dragon going to be uncontested as Canyon really can't do much in this position. They don't have the numbers. First objective secured.
Keen on Cassante. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I think Orcs would say pretty good, but I can't do an Orcs voice. I'm Australian. Duro, engage onto KL. Support v support, but Duro's taking the brunt of it. Phosphorus bomb flashed away from. Flash match by Hope with the Gatling gunning. Autos gets a kill, but now in a 2 vs 1 in trouble. Wind becomes lightning, sends him up, and the 3 talent strike. Hope is about to die. Meanwhile, Tarzan's ulti comes off with a good route too, and a seismic shove. Shanks is saving the play with KL, getting a wall hit. Chovy close to dying too.
Chovy to arrive that much quicker to the fight. The junglers get involved, the mid laners are, and then we're back to live.
We are back to live. Canyon on Tarzan in the pit, forces his flash. Away he goes, and Tarzan now separated from that objective. Genji picked up 1, now 2, and all 3 grubs. So we come back to live.
Nice setup from Genji, not really giving AL that opportunity. Shanks staying around on the top side.
A minute and a half or a minute 40, however long.
Oh,
so
I actually thought that it was cancelled.
I thought it was.
CC
And
cancelled.
I just, unless I have no sense of time.
As now they threaten the dive on the Keen. This is always a risky thing. Diving Keen is no easy feat.
No, it's not, especially on Cassante. Supreme Display is there. And
oh my
Tarzan
goodness.
flashes away. Seismic Shot connects. Keen responds likewise, but Ruler finds Tarzan before he goes into Fog of War himself. Shank's going to poke out. Ruler gets flicked back, but no. A flash away to disengage. Keen still gets poked out, but diving at Cassante, no, Gordon Ramsay wouldn't put that on his menu.
But I mean, it's also diving Keen. And nice, looks like first tower, and that should be the feats of warfare. Feats of strength secured.
Nice. Moving from AL. They are going to be late for this, Betty, so I don't know why I'm talking about it.
They're going to be too late.
A Rek'Sai, this is gone.
I mean, Genji is so fast at starting up these objectives. It's something that I'm like, if you start it super fast, ooh, hang on a minute.
Tarzan is fast. Tarzan's real fast. Onto Canyon, he'll get stunned up, and there's a double into the wall. Kale's gone deep, though. A 2-man headbutt. Pulverize and Genji have torn AL asunder. As Shanks comes in with the Weaver's Wall, he's cut off Genji in response. A seismic shove on the cow, and he goes into the pen. Shanks will pick up that kill while Flandre absorbs.
Also on the way.
Tarzan with no ulti. Will they continue? AL in a dangerous spot as Tarzan can't get poke over the wall. Shanks will start off with the threaded volleys as well. Flandre and Tarzan from one angle.
Collapse is looking good. The root from Tarzan doesn't connect, they turn onto Flandre.
The engage is not bad, but Flandre is a tank. He'll take a Wild Dart. The Weaver's Wall spreads thin, but it might actually help Gen G on the Dragon, trying to burst it down as Ruler, who gets into the pit. The poke out in the meanwhile, KL with the disengage. Dragon's exposed and stolen. Keen gets sent away by KL, and the fight will ensue. Jumping forward is Canyon, with now the ulti popped as well. Keen jumping forward, getting the flip onto Shanks. 2 down, 3 to go as Gen G look for the chase. They'll find Hope up next as Flandre sacrifices his life to save the rest, but Hope still might not be able to the woods as Ruler follows up with a killer instinct.
I've never seen a 3-man knockup like that on a Cassante. Just beautifully played as the top tower falls. Likely be the next point of contention. But Gen G will be hesitant to hand over the soul.
Govey, he's going to face check. Flandre's got a tunnel out, but here comes Ruler again with a killer instinct. Flandre tries to get out with a number over the wall, and that tunnel won't save his life. Ruler with number 5.
This tower is it doesn't seem like there's anyone in position to respond. And remember, there was a 1.1k gold lead between the two mid laners. Now it's Chovy with a 400 gold lead of his own.
Yeah, we've definitely been, as Realmwalk comes in, Chovy gets out. That was the edge.
Just gonna melt through this.
Tarzan backed. Tarzan actually just backed, so...
No way they can contest.
That's gone.
Unless AL can get a huge Poppy ultimate off, TP's gonna come through. They're looking to contest this, but it's already gone. Too little, too late.
But he doesn't commit for the time being. Juro's taking a little bit of poke, but that's all it is. A little bit here from anyone's legends. As Chovy hovers around the outside, there's the Weaver's Wall to separate. Looking for the pick. Keen separates 2, but the Poppy ult will only find 1. It's onto Chovy for now, running in towards the Dragon, but it's at 4k. It ain't stealable as Keen pops the ulti. The all out there. He is getting poked down, and Shanks is sending away to the Supreme Display. Will find the mark on the side, and Ruler jumped in to a Poppy with a steadfast presence. Dragon stolen, and the fight for AL taken away. KL, this pick pays.
Chunked out, he's forced to disengage. Chovy gets good damage. Ruler sees an angle when Duro goes in, but then he gets knocked up. The reaction by KL. The Baron is secured as well.
But the fights are feeling more confident from the LPL second seed.
Gotta still be careful. TP flank from Keen. This is a deep flank coming through.
Tarzan going first. KL with the ulti again. Finds another market. Chovy once more. Jura getting burnt out with the ult from Canyon. He'll be isolated, and everyone can jump in with ease. Flandre's now joined in as well, and Gen G have immediately lost 2. The flash
off the back of that. Another tower will be secured. And look at how the momentum has shifted. It is AL. The Baron still remains strong. 20 seconds left. Another tower soon to fall, but the rest of Gen G quickly arrive.
Poke is big as well. Let's not forget Hope as Keen and Chovy back off, and the turret goes. Not all of it, but most of it. Shanks keeps sending out the poke, plenty of mana to continue on. And as you said, Hope is going to do this quick.
Canyon on his way over. The ulti, beautiful from Shanks.
And
how does Gen G get in?
The timing's great. Maybe with a Realm Warp to one side of Chovy by himself. Keen jumping in first hand. KL guards the entrance, and Elder's taken. Anyone's legend. Turn for the fight as Gen G got to run. They might take Flandre, but with Elder, it's a buff to beat the rest. 1 for 1. Keen getting poked. The flash. KL gets close. Keen's 1 step away from dying, but first Canyon will go in the coffin then. Juro, as he runs away, he's getting chased up by a Gatling gun and a pair of pebbles. He'll flash out, but now with the Supreme Display missing out, you say, hey, doesn't matter. Tarzan finds another, and AL steps away from the base.
Exquisite execution once again. The ultimate from Shanks to cut Gen G's approach off, securing the Elder Dragon and converting it into the fight. TP from Shanks, returning to the mid wave. The TP from KL. They have the Nexus in their eyes. They're looking to take down the best team in the world.
It looks like KL has committed parricide as Juro is just another target. Ruler was fed the hope of Gen G, but even he is not enough. In China, AL will soar, and once again we are reminded that Tabe is the greatest LPL coach that has ever lived.
Morgana angle, and it also pairs nicely with the Vi, but Nefiri going to be a strong skirmish jungler.
Ball delivery as well.
And it looks like the Poppy top for Oscar. Now, for those that remember his last international appearance, this was a champion that we kind of believe in lane with Morgana. I often expect the threat of the binding to be bigger than the actual binding,
and
but that's the binding.
It's another one. Upset has the damage as well. On has to heal up. Maybe there's going to be a flash out. Matched up. Upset's there. The range just out. Piltover Pacemaker not going to connect, and Dark Binding this time is why.
So close, but now that that's all. Well, the barrier is still up. The jungler's going to come for an early gank. Shadow's on his way.
Oh no, with the wave as well. Upset just wants to get the push in. He's doing it as slowly as he can. I'm looking at the EXP bar. It's nowhere near 3. The jungle pet not spotted out in the end. The trap's down. Here comes Shadow for his debut at Worlds. He's got a good angle. The black shield's there, but Elk has already matched the flash even at level 1. The damage should be enough in a 3 versus 2. First blood over to BLG. They're going to make it double. Fnatic's bot lane in major trouble.
Oh, Shadow, he's coming from behind. Fnatic don't see this play.
Knew the pixel brush was there once again. This gank might need a little bit more. Shadow goes invulnerable. Mickey misses the binding, and he's just going to die. This time, Shadow picks up on the gold, and BLG with a 3-0 start.
I would go Razork.
Okay, Elk does have flash available yet again. Level 5, so he doesn't have the ulti to escape. With the black shield on top as well, Elk is trying to path it out, but what a binding from Mickey. A shutdown, an upset now finally on the board in this lane.
And Knight has to be cautious, but he knows that his jungler's on the bot side of the Rift. Pings have come down from Fnatic. They will know that this dragon is being secured. There's not really much that they can do about it.
Okay, well now information given over.
They've really committed their resource towards the bot side of the map, and I will say I think this is a bit of an over-investment. Fnatic are conceding so many early objectives here, and Shadow's just punishing Fnatic's positioning on the map. Bin has a health advantage. If Razork can get 1, that would be ideal.
Shadow sticks around, he wants to steal. Dark Binding sends him out though, and it's going to be a double grub here for Razork.
Okay, not the end of the world then.
Good rotation.
Ultimately will not be the worst case scenario. I was worried for Fnatic that they were going to lose the grubs and the dragon, but firm lock on the game right now.
Yeah.
And Fnatic don't have an easy way of breaking it.
You see Razork's trying to break it as he Vault Breakers out. That's the turn, that's the moment from BLG. Shadow's already used W, but he won't need its Soul Shackles to lock down the dog with a Dark Binding that misses. BLG is safe, and Mickey almost dies.
Looked like Mickey tried to pass.
Well, this dragon start looks risky. You said it, Vetty. BLG now have 4 members. Bin's moved into Fog of War, and Fnatic have to back off.
Yeah, I don't really see how Fnatic would have an easy objective secure,
Especially escalate this goal further.
Yeah, the problem is I think Fnatic just isn't strong enough to fight. Good damage on Elk.
It is good engage as well. You asked about Razork. Elk not going to stand still for long though, because the Dark Binding was out of range. The trap as well. Elk flashes in for the root, and it sets up Shadow for the reset. Now onto another. Upset thinks he's safe. Not for long. Under a turret in with the Dark Binding. Spin has joined in, and Mickey's up next. BLG recovering from their sins of day 1.
The collapse from they're going to secure the objective on the Herald. And BLG snowballing this game out of control.
And it's so
And then
controlled.
Elk flashes in here. It does set up for the play, but it does allow for Upset to return.
A bit of a lynching to put them back in place. Elk is hit. Upset's got the heal on him, but Shadow once again looking for a dive. It's turned by Razork, but with the quickness from On, he's got targets. Black Shield already used by Upset as he puts the trap down. On close to dying, but Shadow again gets a reset. No fear of diving in, but maybe he should be as he gets denied by Oscar Renan. It's a shutdown over to Upset. Fnatic have breathing room. A 1 for Fnatic have to pull with caution.
Oh, absolutely. Mickey, even if he does land the binding, here we go.
The Shadow, Oscar jumps in. That E onto the dog, not going to be used too well, but for Shadow, he gets low. Now they found Knight. Up the Shadow, disengages. It's a good engage as Oscar sends him away. Bad puppy. Knight has to run for it as well as...
With that, this is they can put pressure onto the tier 2 tower as well. Fnatic trying to take a shortcut through. Looks like they will protect their tier 2 tower.
Game 5, rather. Like, Bin looks in prime form too. Now moving up to 2,000 just about with the gold lead that he's accrued pretty much by himself.
Start off the objective. Razork can't do anything.
He can't walk in on zones. Razork's out. And just because Elk ordered it, now down it goes.
TPing in. I mean, Fnatic. Oh, what is Oscar do?
He's running in, Vetty. And now he's running out. Okay.
I mean, it's fine. You can have the numbers advantage. We'll allow you to take this dragon. Instead, we'll control the mid wave. We'll control the top wave. Bin is level 16.
Poby just jumped in. He flashes away. Maybe he's getting sick of doing it. There's Between Worlds. Disengage from Oscar. A chance now with Elk sending up the feathers, but the shockwave is good. The root even better. Elk just needs to die, but BLG won't let their president down. Fnatic have 4 members mid, and 1 just hit the ground.
I mean, it looked quite promising for Fnatic, but the moment that Bin arrives, their options.
And the flash as well, the Black Shield's too late. Upset getting dove on, and Shadow's got a target now, a reset as well. Utter domination as the LEC's 3rd seed has bit the dust.
Mickey did not react fast enough. He'll die to the bleed, and now it should be an easy lifeless in this game.
what more do you say? This is one of our most dominant games. Just from the laning phase, I think this was one of our most dominant laning phases as Red Bull Baron power play begins. One gets a bit closer. Oscar's finally going to get Fnatic's first turret at 26 minutes in the game. But bot is an issue. Bot is a big issue. Oscar, come home. We miss you.
I mean, even if he's there, I don't think he's going to stop BLG. Bin is level 17.
But he is going to TP.
Here we go.
The last hurrah between worlds from Poby keeps him near, but BLG at full HP still as Poby stepped up and now about to get wept away. Elk is low, but the feathers are still out, even with a great Poppy ult. Bin comes from mid to send another message. The cease and desist, the dark binding. Can they kill this Renekton? Well, with Asterix Gage, they're going to bloody well try, but he'll take Razork down with him. That's the Giga Bin we know. The Shadow uses this opportunity to enter the base, look for a reset, deliver the shockwave, and deliver LPL its hopes this day. Vedius, BLG day one, that was just a spanner in the works. This is what you can expect from one of the best regions in the world as they send a message to EU to fear at 27.5 minutes into this game.
A convincing stomp from BLG as they play with their food. Upset may get a shutdown, but it is too little, too late. With the bars.
Well, yesterday on the Alistar was not delightful in the early game, to say the least. Some of Delight's maneuvers were tricky as Karma gets locked in for the Caitlyn lane. So for Betty and Woody, all about that 2v2. And Betty.
I'm shocked that...
Yeah, I think Zekka's coming in. He's also got between worlds enough mana for it as well at 1100. Peanut looking for the steal. Walks in, doesn't take it. It's Kaza who gets it in the end, and Hummerlife committed deep for this as Zekka flashes away, but how far? As Zeus comes in, tries to save the day, but it's already first blood over to PSG. Maple seismic shove is flushed away from him by Zeus, but now he's alone looking for Maple, who gets out of harm's way. PSG. Pings are coming down from Hummerlife, but that's one at the very least. With PSG maybe having to forfeit the other two. Maple, okay, stops it there. Stones are good. Seismic shove misses. Zeus on the runaway, threaded volley. Maple's got enough mana, but Zeus is going to pop the pot and just walk it back.
He's worried about how much time left Zeus has until his ultimate, because once he gets it, he knows that Zeus will get a kill. So he's got to count.
He's an artist, actually, sorry. Singer's like downplaying it, isn't it? You are a nice guy, as well, so is Peanut. I asked, is there enough damage? Hell yeah, there is. Pot turret, and that's double plates here with Zekka contributing. Zay's about to get dove. Kaza at full HP. He can use Hound's Pursuit, rather call of the pack.
In the area, though, has the ulti.
There we go. There's the Hound's Pursuit. Sets up with the Tempered Fate. Delight bought some time. The turret is now invulnerable. Zayas also, okay, well, he needs a bit more help than that. Cosmic Binding. Kaza then brings in the call, and Kaza flashes in. The banner knives out again, and Delight takes a magical journey. I don't think that Tempered Fate was very good as he flashes away. Archer doing the same.
Positioning so much better for PSG.
5v5, stolen. Peanut walks in, ready to walk out. He flashes out. What a steal. His first turret of the game. This is going to drop. Look at Zekka top. Tempered Fate. That was a good one.
You mean Zekka got out and Zeus top?
Yeah, that's the one. You're exactly right.
First tower going to fall in favor of PSG.
Too many Zeds.
Zeus going to secure the top side and a Herald as well. So a nice pickup. I think overall more favorable for HLE.
Yep.
That top tower. Zeus gonna go get that gold. And looks like Zeus has spent a little bit more time on side lanes. Nice little window that HLE have found to drop the Herald mid.
There's that mid turret you're talking about. And
it's secure. Nicely done there by HLE. Very awkward for PSG now. Maple is just so far away. Does have TP.
Maybe they're going to draw in Zeus. Actually, the back stopped in time. Teleport going to be burned first, and as you said, Maple's now going to join in.
He has his ult. How will he use it, though? He's trying to get in a position to cut off HLE from approaching, but Peanut has kind of dragged it back into the pit. Here we go.
Kaza can always jump in, has flash available at 4K now. The Weaver's Wall, fantastic, but not enough damage yet. PSG don't commit to the play, and Kaza wants to jump, and he's like, okay, wait, too late. The ulti sent from Peanut onto the enemy jungle before he can react. Kaza flashes away. The call of the pack not available, and down drops Kaza. Hummerlife. Props to them again. Playing the slow con, drawing PSG in. One mistake is capitalized so well. Turret's going to drop in bot. Arja matches top. But Peanut's here again. It's a mega blast cone, so the range is huge, and Arja sets down his little cage, but Zeus won't fall for it. A Vault Breaker into the wall. Arja might be tanky, but with Zeus here at the helm as well, that Yorick's about to die. Zeus now with his second kill. Too late, let's find out.
I mean, Arja has TP. He should be able to... No, it's gone, right?
Barrage, Weaver's Wall at 3k. Tempered Fate, nice from Delight. Keeps him from getting near. Kaza walks up, almost steals it, but he does not. That's what matters. Peanut launches an engage again and sacrifices his life, but in goes Zeka, all in as Kaza's up next. Woody run over by the Ambessa, and Humalife see the angle. Maple just stands there, finds the kill. It ain't pretty. It ain't that great, but a Quadra over to
Zeka chips away at the HP bars. While Peanut does drop initially, Zeka flashes into... Take the backdoor routes towards this mid-tier 2. There's a big wave building on bot lane, but right now it doesn't matter because HLE is just using the lanes more effectively and making it harder as...
Onto Betty, who's by himself now with Woody aside. Doesn't matter. Peanut launches to the back line, and Betty doesn't stand a chance. With engage comes easy task from Humalife. Zeka now on the chase, and PSG caught in a choke. Redemption to help save their life, but they've done enough to secure this.
PSG don't have an easy engage option, whereas HLE have the easiest engage option. Vibe presses are, and better got to a point where like, oh, we finished 2 items. Okay, like we'll just engage on you whenever we want.
Archer's in trouble. Archer is in trouble. That blast cone, use it now. Okay, use the Mario Mushroom, but
top jungle duo.
No, Peanut is the Goomba waiting in front and finds another hit.
That Baron is getting lower, not the fastest. Zeka trying to zone them away.
It's fast enough, isn't it? Weaver's Wall comes out, Maple separates. It's nice, but he's in quite deep. Even though Delight's buying time, here comes Peanut again. It's Betty every time who doesn't get to play the game. Humalife woke up at Worlds. This is the form we expected as they now look to run it down mid.
I mean, the combo is just way too clean. 27 minutes, HLE wipe PSG off the rift, and they're looking to end the game right now.
This is how it should look, Betty. If Humalife are playing at their peak, look at the names. Delight had us in the first half again, I will admit, but the rest of it once more looked groundbreaking. The Nexus turrets are bare with only Arja to defend, and PSG, while moving down to 0-2, give fresh life into the LCK's second seed. Humalife, this comp we can get around seeing Peanut on by seeing Zeus int once more. It doesn't matter because Humalife get their first win at Worlds 2025.